We know this video is a long one. It is important you watch the entire video to hear the call-outs, to see the proof, to learn the strategy, and to finally know how we gained 1 million subscribers in less than 90 days. In the past months, it's been non-stop accusations, false claims. The experts have weighed in. They are convinced, and they must be right. Big Jeff Audio bought all those subscribers. Can you believe it? Now, let's see what he has to say.
Hey, it's Big Jeff, coming to you with something we've been promising a long time. Said once we hit 1 million subscribers, I was going to come clean on how we did it in less than 90 days. There's been so many things out there said, and you know what? Sometimes people are afraid of things they don't know. But I think it's time we come clean and let the world know how we did it. Not just for the haters, but also for our customers that might have had some doubt, but still stuck along knowing even if it was or wasn't, what was the big deal. And also for the world, YouTube is a fast-growing online platform, and people daily try to do this and make a living at it, and you can. So we took a lot of questions that were said online in different chats and groups, and we put them together, and I'm going to get interviewed today by those questions. Now, this is going to be a longer than normal video. We're known for making shorter ones besides our podcast, but I hope you watch the whole thing, or at least come back, and let's just get down. Let's call it like a 60-minute thing, but it's time for me to come clean.
Big Jeff comes clean.
I haven't seen the questions. They were downloaded from online, and some were made up from the office, and I'm just going to go at it one by one. So, Larry, thank you for taking the time today to do this. Like I said, this is not even the proof to anybody. Like I do in the company with employees, I like to keep everybody up to date with the company. I think out of respect for some of our faithful followers that might have thought differently but ignored that drama online, let them know. And then, like I said, for every YouTuber out there or people that think they want to do this, to understand what's really involved in this platform compared to other platforms. So, without further ado, you have the floor.
Alrighty. So, what was the purpose of starting a YouTube channel for a business that sells car audio products from multiple brands?
Wow. So, when I was doing this out of my house, I didn't have a YouTube. It was just Facebook. And, you know, at the time, it was just to get noticed. I never intended this to be a full-time business. Originally, it was just to make extra money nights and weekends. The job I was working at was an online seller for other items, but obviously back in 2017 or so, pay wasn't that great. Also, right before that, I just came at a bad point in my life, and you know, really trying to build back up. The YouTube was actually started when I got to our first small location, and never thought of monetizing or anything like that. It was a way to record cool stuff, and I want to do some unboxing, and it was a way for me to try to show the few manufacturers we had, because in the beginning we went through distributors to show that we were trying to sell the product. Gotta remember, when this first started, the guys that had online companies, there was few. A lot of them were drop shippers, and this was a really new thing right before COVID. So I wanted to come and do things differently. I've always been a guy that thinks out of the box. I'm always a guy, you know, my old boss used to say he's very conservative. Me, I'm the guy that 100 miles per hour or not. So YouTube back then, and some of the videos were just from a Galaxy phone, and there was no editing, no lighting. We were just showing us shipping product. There was just some funny stuff. And again, never really intended for it to be any more than that. The first big video was actually a guy that tried to steal from us, and we actually downloaded the cameras, and it was a really long video, and it was kind of funny because the guy got caught and he was screaming like a girl. And we were able to show the video. I even downloaded the first time we got broken into. When I first started, I didn't have the type of security infrastructure things we had, and we got broken into, and originally had the video for the cops. And people were like, well, why do you want to show people you got broken into? Because from the start, I wanted to show people that I was just going to be real, like real life. I wasn't going to be a guy showing pictures of the manufacturer's warehouse. Or, we got broken into. It sucks. I remember racing there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and luckily it wasn't too much, but it was still a broken window. And back then, money wasn't just there. The story's true. I started with $150, and why I can say that is because my old boss took $150 and loaned me $150 as credit for coils, vape coils. So I got $300 worth of coils, and I had to sell and bring the money right back, right? So that's really how it started. My parents at that time didn't have any money. I didn't have any investors. I just said, well, if I could do this out of my house, I'd do it here. So the YouTube was really just started with some just everyday videos, man. I never thought of anything for it. We didn't have a lot of space. We didn't have technology. In fact, back then the shipping tables were inside with everything, so it was very loud all the time. So I don't really have an answer why I started it. I just wanted to be on the social media platforms.
Well, now that you did, there seems to be a loud portion of the community that disagrees with the recent growth in your YouTube. How have you responded to that?
Well, in the beginning, I ain't gonna lie, I lashed out. And John Snide, he's our kicker rep. I've actually known John Snide since I was 15 years old. People brought up even my past history in prison, which should be used for the good now, not for the bad. John always told me, you're not just commenting back to the person, you're commenting back to all the other people. So in the beginning, I wanted to lash out because a lot of stuff being said was so false. And it wasn't just about YouTube. Obviously, 5 years ago, we were known in a particular area, getting there, but nowhere we're now. So it hurts when you put your whole life 7 days a week into something, right? And you have these employees that you look out for. And even when ex-employees leave bad Google reviews, and it's not even the whole story, it's like, if you want to come and call something out, make it be real, all right? So in the beginning, I responded by lashing out, but I stopped that right away. I felt like even trying to explain myself, and I did a few times here and there, but I didn't call anybody out, because in the beginning I did. I had screenshots of the truth, the facts, and how it got twisted. But then along the way, I just learned I can't change the minds of people, nor should I have to. You're either with somebody or a group or what, or you're not. So over time, I just let it go more and more. And I think it's hard because you don't want to look soft. And some of these comments say I'm a bully and a thug, but the reality is I'm looking soft by allowing it just to happen. So more and more over time, I just let it go. And when it was directly on our platforms, yes, I defended ourselves. Yes, there's a few people blocked because I let a lot of people speak their piece. But once it starts to be lies and defaming the name, it's not just my life, it's 32 other employees' lives. You got to stand up for yourself, all right? And I tried to do that without calling people out. It was never a competition to me.
Now, going back on the growth, people are claiming you have gotten subscribers but no video views. On those videos with the views, they claim they're fake because there's no comments. What is the reason for the low engagement?
You can go pick out 1, 2, 3 videos here and there, and you can go pick out some that got tons. I think it's funny that originally was subscribers but no views. Then when there was views, it was views but no comments. And, it's just like people doubling down. I don't know how many times I go watch a video, I don't subscribe, I don't comment, and I don't like. And then there's plenty of times that I go back and I just hit the like button, or after a period of time I do subscribe. I mean, we can go into anybody's platform and there's going to be higher and lower, right? So I hear this guy bass dad the other night, and he's talking about how he gets more engagement, blah blah blah. Forget about the subscribers. He barely even has 1,000 views, and most of the comments are of the same people. But it shouldn't be rated like that. So it's like a Facebook post, and you get sometimes where it's posted at the right time and it's shared or not shared. I mean, it's just, you're dealing with thousands of people, or in this case millions of people. Some came in, hit the subscribe button or like button, and then didn't come back, or they did come back. We have different stuff on here. It's not just car audio. So I don't have the answers to that, but I can tell you we can go to everybody's pages and find good and bad content, right? Same thing with our podcast. Some nights, like last night, we had almost 100 people constant, but then by this morning we're already over 1,000 plus views, and that'll increase. And there's other podcasts that was lesser. It depends on how I put my attention to it, the people we have on there. There's so many variables to say that just because you're at this number, you're going to have these people constantly commenting and constantly liking and constantly sharing. You really can't. Could it be? Yes, there should be more. Yeah, I agree. But once we get into how it was done, maybe we'll understand more. But I've been through so many pages. And yeah, some of these guys that have been around for 5, 10, 20 years, they're from the original. Of course, they're going to have a different type of follower or content. But I can guarantee, even some of these guys that got 500,000 subscribers, then why are their videos not equaling that out? Right? They've had subscribers. Some are still there. Some aren't. Some watch. Some don't. It doesn't always equal out. It just won't. Okay? And we never were in a niche thing. So it wasn't just one thing. What I mean by that is some people might have liked and watched getting broken into or stolen from, but didn't care about a DS18 amplifier or a Tapano speaker. You know what I'm saying? So that's why there's so much different content. Or us doing the video of the day and the video of the week, some of them hit off instantly because it just has a particular brand or vehicle they liked or know. I can't tell you. You know, that's like me trying to tell you I know how to get the buy box on Amazon every time. It's not going to happen, man.
You were promoting Parker, the basshead, as he got closer to 100K, but you quickly surpassed him. Did this cause any tension between you two?
I wouldn't say between us. I think the crazy part is so many people contacted him to try to ruffle him up, and why would he still support the Big Jeff platform? I didn't do this to compete with him. In fact, I found Parker. Parker was buying product. I saw our logos on a box on one of the videos, and then tried to search him in our platform and said, man, this guy's bought multiple times. I've never had an email like the 1,000 other people that want free stuff without even sharing one post. He was buying stuff from us without even asking for a discount, and I reached out to him, and he showed me so much respect for reaching out that I wanted to continue to work with him from there on out. Obviously there's money involved, or there might be product involved, but at the end of the day, that's what we do. That's what companies do. Sponsoring. It's not always 100% free. It could be other forms. I even tried to help promote his page.
Everybody do me and Parker a favor. Share his YouTube out tonight. He needs to get to the 100,000 subscribers. And with the power of social media and all of you, we will make this happen.
And I can't tell you how many from our platform went over there or not. But obviously some of the people, because I see people commenting on his stuff now that were never on there and they were originally with us. But that's the thing. It's supposed to be a network. I tried to work with Hi-Fi Vega, and I've worked with multiple YouTubers, Mike Angels. I've tried to work with many others to have them do dynos or reviews. And that's because the manufacturers work through companies like us. See, we don't get all our product from one person. We get our product from multiple places that reach out to us to make sure there's swag at the shows, and there's YouTubers, and there's posts and giveaways, right? To get that attention. So Parker's been a good friend. Do I think there was a little bit yeah, he was, and I understand. He does this to be a YouTuber. He does this. And when close people are threatening him, I'll give you an example. He is a big affiliate with Def Bombs, which is a Russian brand. And when we went to war, do you know how many people were commenting to boycott that brand and boycott him for representing that brand? Like, what does the war in Ukraine have to do with a person that lives over here and built himself up from nothing and has taken a brand just like us overnight and exploded? But people were trying to boycott him and pressure him to boycott Def Bombs, and he stuck it out. And that's the same thing I told him there. And I told him, out of respect, what you're all going to find out today, just to ease his mind. But I asked him, even if I did buy the subscribers and fake accounts, who does that hurt? Why do they even have those services? Yeah, for people to fake it till they make it. Well, I can tell you 32 employees and $12 million this year is not faking it, okay? I can tell you all these brand names direct, where I have so many lined up at the door to come in and we can't physically take them in because of space. That's not fake. So I'm glad he stuck it out. I'm glad we still partner up with car shows and giveaways and product. And that's what the whole thing was. I was supposed to want to network with other people so we could all grow. I say my saying all the time, if I get bigger, you get bigger. If you get bigger, I get bigger. And it's meant to be that we can all network together and grow off each other. For the other people that decide not to, that's fine. I have those people.
Or some of those people that you have been involved with have turned their backs on you since the growth. Do you have anything that you want to say to them?
No, I mean, it's everybody's right. But the thing is, if you just don't want to deal with this company, just don't deal with the company. Did we do anything to hurt you? No. And even a few people that, the box was bad. Yeah, people have bad shipments every day. Go to Better Business Bureau and look up all the different companies that sell cardio and see who has. We have like the least, accusations on there. And even if we didn't, it's an everyday thing. People constantly try to screw companies over with returning stuff, returning old stuff, buying something new and throwing it back in the box, or even just sending back a box of rocks instead of a radio. Those people, I even had a couple that were coming on the podcast, and it seems like this other company on this other side started to reach out to everybody to pull away. Okay, it's not going to hurt us. It hasn't hurt us. If it did, I wouldn't have just announced. But we are the first online retailer approved all the way to Japan. That's how big of a deal it is. I would just crazy to announce your newest Kenwood online retail seller. They, in over 5 years not having an online retailer, and many other companies that we have, it's not. If anything, it brought way more attention. For the people that change sides, I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do. I think the funny thing is, do you know how many people still buy from us, but we catch them talking the crap on the other side? So you want to be a part of this group to get what? Friends? But then still purchase from us? Do you know we have dealers that talk smack but are still buying from us? And then once you call them out, all of a sudden it's like, well, I just don't want to be involved in this online. You're the one making the comments, right? There's manufacturers over there who the last person, owner of a company, should be singling people out or making jokes about, Java and everything else. High school stuff. What? Gonna make fat jokes? Sticks and stones will break my bones. I mean, come on, are we kidding? You know what I'm saying? Well, let's match what we're doing in life, because that right there, you're just two-faced. That's what you're showing.
Well, pivoting back from a business standpoint, how is having a YouTube channel better than just standard ads? Or was that different from just having your Facebook and Instagram?
You know, when we moved to this new location and we set up a green screen and got some cameras and started to really want to do it, I just wanted to have different content. A lot of it is that more and more nowadays people like to watch videos, okay? So posts are great, but videos get people engaged. We can make funny ones, serious ones. I don't know, I just think, my wife used to watch YouTube till her phone would just die, and even after that she'd plug it in and still watch. It's an addiction. I mean, TikTok's an addiction, Instagram, all of them are. And I think part of my marketing with everything I do is to be loud and stand out, but also hit it all, right? And although we don't have as many people with TikTok or Instagram, we have over 70,000 Facebook, and you really don't tell, because a lot of people don't actually like you, they follow you, or they like you, or whatever. But I mean, there's posts just thousands of people. So I think you have to do a little bit of everything, and that was my plan, to kind of sprinkle the seed everywhere. Again, 5 years ago, I was nothing, right? No money, no nothing. And 5 years later, you want to call it the largest platform in car audio? I don't know. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. But I can tell you that we make sales every day, and we have grown from last year to this year over 50%. Most companies luck to have 10%, 15% growth. I'm feeling growing pains again, like it's COVID, not because I can't get product, but because it's, you know, the sales and what we're doing is coming in and going out so fast. Or even now, jumping into the car show scene. I'm trying to just be everywhere and do everything and give back as much as I can to get that good attention. Nobody's talking about us trying to do things for charities, or us doing Toys for Tots, or all the good stuff for people that have nothing to do with us. They just want to harp on the bad. And a lot of these people have their own videos made up talking about people talking trash and memes about it, and they're doing the same thing. But it is what it is.
Well, was this strictly for promoting your business or building a community?
Ooh, good question. I think the YouTube, though, was just promoting the business. Facebook, and we have 2 groups. That's for community. YouTube is more just promoting the business, getting the name out there. It's a way to get to many people at once, right? But it takes time. Even this right here takes time. You got to shoot it, you got to edit it, you know, there's a lot of time involved. But no, YouTube was just to get the word out there, and knowing that we even sponsored an NHR drag race car.
This is big power.
That we're still on Fox Sports every weekend. Do you think some of that has to do with some of this? Hell yeah. Would anybody has thought, and there is companies like Kicker, Rockford have done sponsorships on NASCAR and stuff like that. We went as far as a full damn wrap. We dropped some money, and I knew it wasn't just going to come back instantly, but it's all about long term. The relationships I built, man, there's some money in racing, man, big money. And they have side-by-sides, boats, RVs. They're in the automotive industry, okay? I wanted to build a community there, but we do that on the other social media platforms. I don't, you know, YouTube, and I think some people are so serious because they feel like it's a community. And it is, but what they don't get is one day you're hot, and the next day you're not.
Well, as you said, the content you upload today is much different than what it was when you started. What caused the evolution in your channel? Oh, just one, technology, time, employees. When I first started at my house, I had 1.5 employees. I say half because he just was summertime kid in the neighborhood. And then even when we moved to the first spot, we had 4 people. COVID hit, we were $1 million a month business overnight. We got approved to sell PPE stuff, which was really hard on eBay and that. And we were selling so much that we had to have full-time people just doing that. It was crazy. So videos and that, it was just in the passing, walking by, posts right off the phone. And then as we grew, not only do we have a full-time customer service team, but we have a full-time what we call creative team that does all the website work, social media work, all of our online marketing. Let me tell you, to get these sales, to be $1 million a month companies, you have to put money out, and it's customer acquisition cost. Every company has it. You either giving stuff away, advertising it. There's so many ways to do that, but it's a part of the business. Otherwise, you're going to be one of those sites that I see, and I'm not going to say names, but it's been around for 10 years, and it's still just 2.5 employees. And then they get on there, called out because people bought stuff and they don't hear nothing back for 2 weeks. I could have saved so much money in the beginning, but I wanted to build a full company for the customers, for the manufacturers. You know, our first big line, I would say, Rockford. We were 2 years in the game. To get something like that and be approved as an Amazon and eBay seller along with our website, that was huge. But it was because we had that infrastructure even smaller back then. We had it built up, and to get into companies like that, that's what you have to have. How do you come up with the video ideas for your content? Man. Like the Ranting like Justin and just the playlist of the videos of the day?
Let's start there. Ranting with Justin's an employee in the warehouse. That guy talks to himself all day long, literally. So I said to him, man, we got to get this on video because some of the stuff is actually funny. Some of it's not. It's a way of life. So I said, hey, you strap a GoPro on and get anything that trends, make some money on it. Not even from the YouTube, because for the people that don't do this, it's not big money, okay? Even having that millions of views, you're talking thousands of dollars. It's nothing. Now, there are companies that they get sponsored, or they really go into the advertising, they pick spots. There's ways to do it, but we didn't do it for that. But anyway, Justin, I said, slap a GoPro on them and let's just use the video. We've even done stun gun. I have 2 employees that stun gun.
Taser.
Why don't we have them sit down? They wanted to do it. I paid them for it. It was different content. Now we're doing where I'm playing pranks on people here, or the bad interviews that people wouldn't believe me that come in here. So no, it's not just car audio. Hey, this is Big Jeff Online Inc. We're an online corporation. You understand? We're open to the public. We do wholesale distribution and we do e-commerce. Our YouTube is a mixture of things. It's just to get attention, right? It's not just car audio. And I will continue to come up with crazy ideas or things to do.
What's the response been on this different type of content that you create and post, especially videos that aren't strictly just car audio?
You know, you would think that, well, you're not just going after car people, so what good is it? But there's going to be a point probably in those people's lives where they need a radio or speakers, or we sell radar detectors, exhaust tips. Geez, I've sold sex toys before. Years ago, we had a big buyout, and I got a ton of stuff that they reboxed and sold sex toys for almost a year. We have a vape site, Big Jeff Vapes, that's just old school KickerTech coils. You don't know who you're going to get and who's going to get from there. That's the whole point of this social media thing. It's like this big tree that just keeps growing. And really, it takes one post, one video to go viral. There's people that have went viral overnight. So it's not just car audio. It's just YouTube in general and our company in general. You never know who's watching. You never know what it leads to down the road.
Do you make changes based on the audience's feedback?
We try, 100%. I mean, real feedback. You know, I've watched so many how-to YouTube videos. Some say stay in your niche. Others say you gotta do shorts, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You gotta do what you're gonna do. It's the same thing in marketing here. If I listened to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, I don't know where I'd be. A lot of the stuff is literally showing crap against the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay? So yes, you have to make changes. Just like you have to pivot and make changes in a company. Do we listen directly to comments? No, but we look at the analytics. We look at the times they're watching. We look at the duration. We look and see what is more interesting and what they just turned away from. Yeah, of course. Same thing on our website. We got to see what pages they go to, where they stay on. I mean, otherwise, you're just throwing stuff up against the wall with no changes. You're not going to change. The company won't change. You won't change. You have to take criticism, good criticism, and you have to get data. Data is king this life. The more data you have, the more you can do. So yes, we do make changes. I wouldn't say off of comments, but we make changes in ourselves.
Well, weren't you on someone else's podcast in the past? Why did you start your own?
You know, I don't remember who reached out to. Oh, I watched the podcast one night, Demo Bros, and I hit him up and said, hey, I'd love to help and sponsor. At the time, they only had a few people. So he was all excited, and I gave a couple things, to give away, right? And then I made a deal. I said, if I can get you 1,000 subscribers by next week, I want you to make me your main sponsor. And I did. The 1,000 they have or still have came from me. We have proof of that, okay? And he was so excited. He was like, I was ready to give up. I have all these screenshots. But you brought life back into this. Man, you're awesome. And then when we sponsored the race car, that is not cheap. I even brought Camry Caruso on, myself on, and had some big nights there. Well, we're in North Carolina, and I get this message saying, hey, I don't recollect, if you can remind me, how much money were you going to put in? Because you said you want to be our biggest sponsor, but you haven't given any money. Again, proof. This is truth on screen. And I flipped out. I ain't going to lie, because I'm thinking at this time, I've already got him people there. I've been on there. I shared my NHR race car sponsorship. which to even use the words and names, you have to be registered and sponsoring. And I gave away over $1,000 worth of product. You understand that? I helped promote. And now you're coming to me about some money, and then you want to turn around, well, I just want enough to cover the streaming costs. The what? The $60 a month? You saying you get money from these other people? What else are they bringing to the table? So I flipped out. So I wanted to let it cool off, honestly, because we're in North Carolina at our drag race with our full wrap, and that's where I'm focused. A shit ton of money invested in time into this. And when I get back to the hotel, he goes off and says, you just go, you know, I wasn't expecting this big, long, blah, blah, blah. You go your way, I go my way, and that'll be it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even care at this point. So well, what's the best way? If I'm not going to sponsor a podcast, I'll just make my own podcast. That's the truth. That's what happened. And the moment we started our podcast, we did it totally different. Videos, inserts, giveaways, like a show. And we had on big, I would say big people in my life from manufacturers, and then kept hearing from the other side, oh, we don't have to have famous people, this and that. Whatever. I'm doing it my way, you do it your way. It doesn't matter. At this point now, you took the gift that was given and just slapped it in my face. Those are the facts. So we did episode 20 last night, Dean Baptist. We're doing it. We're going to keep doing it. And it has nothing to do at this point with anybody else. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't slip in there with fake names trying to throw shade or be stupid or hate. Go watch somebody else's. That's the cool thing about this. You could do what you want to do. But the moment I flared back then about it, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy for what? You all were literally talking crap about me and lies, and I defended myself. So we let it go. We stopped, and then they were continually going after us. The first post was like this monkey chasing some little girl on a bike, and it says driving past any podcast or something like that. So we made one back stepping over, and that's where the back and forth went. But we stopped. I said, you know what? This is never going to stop. We stopped the back and forth, and podcast after podcast, they just kept talking crap, calling me Kinkles and all these other names. And it's like, this is childish at this point. You do you, I do me. So finally at that point, when they were continually talking crap, they were fine till they stepped over the line and actually used our business name. Well, I'll tell you, Big Jeff Online, Big Jeff Audio, Big Jeff Online Inc., and many words are registered trademarks. That means you need our okay to use it. And when he put our name out there, it also turns into defamation of character, because when you say false statements and it could injure somebody's livelihood, that's what it is. Now, I just wanted to let it go. But the moment that happened, I got on the phone with the manufacturers we deal with and said, look, they've gone over the line. You need to have your logos pulled down. It's not like you're doing business with them. It's a podcast at the time that only had like 40 people on there. And that's what happened. So some of the manufacturers called and said, take our logos down. You step on the line. And before that, they reached out to him saying, calm it down. Stop doing it. And that's where that went, man. You know what? This is business. It's not thug stuff on the street. I'm not going to threaten nobody or fight anybody. Those are old days. Right now, though, we have 32 employees and families to deal with. I have my life to deal with, and all the time and effort we put in this, plus I'm responsible for these manufacturers. We have to go legal.
How do you think that changed the game in the car audio space?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think, me personally, our podcast is totally different. We have a show. We were doing funny skits. Of course, everybody loves free stuff. You know, it's depressing to see people talk crap on that side of the world, but also sitting there on our side acting like they never did. But it's a way to bring other information to customers. It's not just about bass. Man, we had Massive Audio on there, and we got in a whole talk about electric cars. You know, it's just really cool. We've had Kicker on there. We've had Audio Pipe, DS18. We've had so many different people on there that you don't get to read about or see about daily. And that's what it was. And now doing shows, we've had John Rogue on there. We've had Dean Baptist on there. We've had Sean Mayo. We've had so many people on there that have brought so much cool stuff. Has it changed the game? Yeah, it's made other people have to step up their podcast, because it's not just a couple people standing around talking about nothing, right? Or keep talking about somebody else and then saying we're not going to do that anymore and go right back to it. Or I can't tell you how many times after Made of Steel I heard the podcast. Oh, I got all this video for Made of Steel. I got to download. And not once did they show anything for weeks. Or better yet, it's funny that people group up, and I have screenshots of them talking cash crap about that person, and all of a sudden, not that they fixed anything, they're just acting friendly to group up. But again, everybody can do what they want to do, just like we could do what we want to do, and people can make their own decision.
Well, speak on your channel's lifespan a little bit. How does it compare to your competitors?
Oh, I mean, that's the big problem. You got some big people in here that have been around, 10 years. SMD I look up to. He sells products. He's been around, man. He was one of the originators. Even Jonathan Price, Down for Sound. I mean, he started with YouTube and shows and everything else. John Ray and building up his business. I had mad respect for those people until things changed. And again, like I said, let's tell the truth about things or what happened. And if we don't, let's just not talk about it all and move on.
Well,
let me interject in that. I didn't do this to compete with anybody. I don't even do this to sell equipment to compete with anybody. That's the point of having competition, for people to pick. It's the same thing in this world. Now, if you want to take it that serious, it's like I started a hobby way back to get my mind off of this place, and fish tank, saltwater. And I got in all these groups, and I was taking pictures of getting it set. And let me tell you, saltwater is not like just throw a couple drops in the water and you're all set. And I was having people just attack me. You're going to kill the fish. You're not doing this right. You're not doing that right. And I'm like, man, let me be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give me some criticism or some knowledge, go ahead. But why are you literally trying to beat me down to what? Prove you're better? Prove you know more? I don't understand it. My whole thing has been to tell people that anybody could have done what I did. I didn't have all this money. I don't have anybody buying in. It's been me. Anybody could have done this. Anybody could have took a niche thing and worked their butt off. 18 hours a day sometimes. Working 2 jobs. Learned all this. Didn't know nothing. Dude, the server that's set up I just learned it all. I YouTube, I Google. Anybody could have done what I did with the right hustle and the right motivation. That's my message. It's not about competition. It's not. You're gonna make money any way you look at it. And you know what? I think because I was real from the beginning, and everybody talked about being real. No, we were real. We showed real life stuff. People mostly got the message that this anybody could do, and it's a family. And you know what? That's the way it's going to continue to be.
Up until this year, the channel wasn't growing nearly as fast. Can you explain what caused a sudden and large increase in subscribers?
Yeah, let's get to it. So we were starting to do giveaways. We're starting to really ramp up videos almost daily. We're up to about 20,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And our giveaways were getting bigger and bigger. Let's get into it. Let's come clean. So I don't know if it was a combination of that, our metrics, or what, right? I log in my YouTube one day and there's a beta version that was offered. Like, oh, what is this? It's called Promotions Beta. Nobody else in my team here saw it. I don't think nobody really saw it. And at that time, I even YouTubed it to think what it was, and it wasn't even any of the videos. Now you go YouTube the word YouTube Promotions. There's thousands of videos. So I clicked on it and found out YouTube, which is actually part of Google, started to have advertising. Let me explain that. You can advertise on Google, pay-per-click, all types. You build listings and ads, and that's where you pop up when people are searching. That's part of life. So yeah, you're buying the customer, but they're real customers. And there's fake bots that go ahead and track up your money, and they click on it, and companies do that, try to get you done financially, but it's advertising. YouTube, not more than 90 days ago, started a promotion of advertising also. So I clicked on it and I said, okay, let me throw a couple $100 at a video and see what happens. All right, cool. Video started to get more views. It started to get subscribers. I'm like, okay, the advertise working. Now I'm going to bet, especially when it first pops off, YouTube is really going to do it big time to get people using this. That's how they make money. And they continue to do that. Now, I did not expect this thing to just explode that way. And I'm sure they're going to show up on the screen how it looks. Your ad comes up in the list. And there's even a button that says subscribe. Now, does everybody subscribe? No. But there's a button to make it easier to subscribe before you even click into the video. So we started doing videos, and we're doing multiple videos a day. I mean, all these people are talking, they're doing one video a week. In the last year, we've put up over 500 videos. That's a lot. So we do it with Google, we do it with Facebook, we advertise. That's exactly what it is. It's advertising on YouTube. You want to still not believe me right now? If you have a YouTube and YouTube Studio, you can go in there under content. They're going to put it up here on the screen, and there's a button for promotions. Now, I don't know if everybody has it. I think at this point it's offered to most people if your account is at a certain level, and you advertise just like you do with every other type of online marketing. And it works. It worked greater than I expected, and now it's at a point that we don't even have to do that, and we're still having a steady increase of subscribers. We're still having millions of views. It has kickstarted that thing. So the beta program is a way to advertise your page and videos online on YouTube. And basically, it just puts it in the list when people are scrolling through. You could do this with shorts. You could do this with regular videos. They still have to pick the option to subscribe. They still have to click the video. Now, we could sit here and say, well, you still bought them. Every company out there, the ones that you're talking shit with, buy customers. Every time you see an ad, every time you get an email, every time you search and it comes up on Google, you are literally buying customers. Okay, so now the cat's out of the bag. You want to call it still fake? Well, then what is advertising? So 100% they are real accounts from YouTube, and that explains why we haven't been shut down. Do you know how many screenshots I was sent of people showing screenshots of reporting our page? Reporting the page. Like, that's going to do something, especially when the page is real. It blows my mind that people that, it's not even me, I've never even met some of these people. You are potentially trying to injure all the people that work here, or even the customers that buy here. It's stupid. So there's the facts. They're real people. They might not be car audio people. A lot are, some aren't. They're followers. They want to subscribe, and if they don't want to subscribe, guess what they get to do? Unsubscribe. Now, there's your answer. There's the come out, and I can go deeper in it, but they are real people from real accounts from different countries and also from the US. Now, you want to call that fake? Well, that's on you, but they're real people. They're not a bot program, and it doesn't even make sense. People didn't even make sense. There's no way you can even buy that many bots that fast. Not even would they shut your account down, they would shut the servers down. Like, you think YouTube and Google are stupid? People get shut down from putting 100 on there too fast, let alone thousands. So you know what? I'm a success story from the new YouTube marketing playbook. I mean, I'm probably the perfect analytics that they were seeing, and there's plenty of people doing it. And right now, when you're done with this video, go YouTube promotions. And there's tons of people talking about how to use it now. I guess people are so wrapped up in watching us daily, going to sleep watching us, waking up watching us, that they don't even know about this. And now you all have to make the decision. Do you even spend a couple of $100 to advertise to get more subscribers? Oh, that's fake, blah, blah, blah. Well, then you shouldn't be doing any kind of advertising at all. You shouldn't be doing any kind of promotions. Or do you just keep writing out? Write out. I'm not doing it to make money. It doesn't even matter if I got $5,000 this month from YouTube. We are a company that spends almost $40,000 a month on Google ads. So I just watched from that base ad guy swearing that he has more this, that, whatever. He's like, everywhere I look, I see them. Yeah, we market, we advertise. That's what companies do, and that's why we're seen everywhere, and that's why we have so many people buying from us. And I can tell you that 99% of it are good people that have had a good experience, and that's why they keep coming back. Why? If you place your order and it's paid before 12 o'clock, we ship out the same day. We have a real live staff. And if there is an order issue, we take care of it right away. We contact you back. And I'm not saying we're perfect. We're humans. There has been problems. There has been employees fired over situations. But we would not be this size of a company with these brands if we did bad business. Do you understand that? Do you know they wrote up an article on CA Outlook and people were commenting, trying to get it taken down just to be hateful, not even knowing. So here, what is the thing now? So it's not bots. It's not fake accounts. We advertised on YouTube and we got in a beta program at the ground floor. What the facts are is that we went from 20,000 to now like 1.3 million or higher. And we cut it off back then because it just got out of control. It's real people. Now, do all these other people, if you have 500,000 people, you have 500,000 people liking it and commenting and everything? No. And you know what? Again, I keep saying we're just doing this for marketing. I've had people from South Africa on our YouTube that do car shows that found us on YouTube and now are on our Facebook reaching out all over the place. So that's why you see comments in different languages. You see stuff that doesn't even make sense. What is this supposed to be, just YouTube car audio in Florida? No, we ship worldwide. Now, not all the brands can we. You're not allowed to, but a lot of them don't care and we ship worldwide. You know, we have wholesale distribution on some of the products we own and run worldwide. Why would I not advertise worldwide?
Do you think after this goes up and people see that the tools you use are legitimate and from YouTube, that people will still disagree with the method?
Of course. You got to double down, dude. Say he didn't work for it. Well, I can tell you that we put up multiple videos a day. I come in extra time just to shoot the videos. I pay people to edit the videos. We work for the videos. All the product that's given away, 80 or 90% of it, we come out of pocket. Very rarely do I get a manufacturer say, here you go, Jeff, give it away. They do it sometimes, but we pay out of pocket. Of course we work for it. We're still working for it. We're working for it right now, wasting this time for this video. But I know not just the haters or to make my own customers feel at ease, but worldwide people want to know how it was done. It was 1 million in 90 days. That's an elite thing. That's something huge. And it is what it is. The online world is changing. And here's a part of it. And people here to come are going to be using this. Just like they do on Google and they do on eBay and Amazon. They advertise. You have to stand out against your competitors. And you don't do that by talking crap. You do that by coming up with new ideas, new ways to sell the product, different types of promotions. I mean, God, we came up with drunk text. And that was because just thought it'd be funny to give somebody a drunk text. We got the idea from last Black Friday. We had a video go viral on TikTok, and it was me putting everything on sale like I was drinking and blah, blah, blah. And then the chain was because they wanted to troll me about a chain and order this plastic one, so we turned down that campaign, and now every show we go to, we're going to flood it with plastic chains that everybody enjoys to wear and it's funny. And now we have the new starter kit that comes with glasses and a ring. We're about to come out with mini me, sorry. We have a miniature Big Jeff that's going to be doing a video. I'm that guy that's outside the box, and that's how I've grown a company from nothing to what it is now so quickly. Yeah, the online world has changed down to how we're allowed to sell online. Shit, I just saw a guy yesterday who was selling Def Bonds on eBay, and you're not allowed to. We are. There's me and GP Car Audio, the only ones allowed. So he got a call saying that he couldn't. There's changes. There's things like on Amazon that only certain people are allowed to sell. That's why you live for distributors or things like that, because they supply you product that you can't just get from manufacturers directly, and even that has restrictions. So how do you stand out? How do you grow your website? Well, I can tell you our website used to do only about 80 grand a month last year, and now it's doing over $300,000 a month. So you tell me, is it working?
Do you think this will plateau or continue to grow?
Well, I mean, it's already slowed down. I mean, I told you we're not investing as much money in the advertising. There's no need for it now. You got that momentum going, right? And it's continually raising, still even faster at a regular pace, and it's all now 100% not paid for. It's just growing on its own. That would say, should I stop advertising on Google? Did you just hear what I just said? Our website last year was doing 80,000. The majority of our income was eBay, Amazon, Walmart, and wholesale to do $1 million. our website now is doing over $300,000 a month. Why would I stop?
How do you feel going back on Parker and Steve Mead on being to 100,000 subscribers and then also getting to 1 million first?
Well, no, it's not about being first. You know what I'm saying? I've watched Steve Mead's videos from the get-go. I was actually kind of upset because he broke out one of his old vehicles, and of course they're on there talking, bringing this up. How does he feel about me surpassing? Is he gonna stand up? And instead of just defending, he just says, "I'm not gonna." There's nothing to say that has already been said. And I texted him, and I'm like, "Why even say something like that? Like, I've been selling your product for a while now, and we do orders that take weeks to get fulfilled. That's how big." He sells product of ours, and this is not a competition. I had huge respect for him and everybody else. It's not a competition for Parker. I've put so much time into sharing his stuff, promoting his stuff. He's even going to be back on the podcast next week. By the time you see this, he'll be back on this podcast. It's not a competition, man. I want to network with people. And if I'm selling a brand like SMD, why would I even want it to be a problem? I sell his product. We promote his product. I remember even the first time that he did a video of him building our order, and I was like, wow, he doesn't do that often. But now, because of these people that just keep trying to make a big issue about it, who knows where we stand right now? And I'm going to tell you, it ain't because of me. Because it's not about competition. Competition's in the sales numbers. Competition isn't on how big your YouTube is or how big your Facebook is. It's the sales numbers. It's that I'm happy to say that we are going to do at least $12 million this year. At least. We're already past target for that. So it matters what happens this last quarter. That's what talks. That I employ 32 employees that get benefits, salaries. That's what talks. That we bring in lines like we just brought in Kenwood and all the other lines we have. That's what talks. Not about how big your YouTube or your Facebook is, man. You know what talks? What's in my warehouse right now. All that product. That's what talks.
What's your reaction to seeing the comments, even the fake accounts like Big Joke Audio from the car audio community that you love now attacking you?
Well, one part I know it's part of the that doesn't love me, right? So, and a lot of them showed their true colors that were just along for the ride. So, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got a thick skin, man. You're talking about a guy. I'm from New York. I've lived all over the country. I've lived out of the country. I've been on the run. I've been to prison. I've lived a life. I got a thick skin, man, and I believe everybody's got skeletons in the closet, and there's not much you can do to shock me. I've had employees steal from me, make fake doctor's notes, lie to me. I've had everything done to me under the sun, man. But I ain't gonna lie, it gets to me, it hurts. Especially some of the stuff that's definitely not true, or how they twist it. Yeah, it hurts. Or people don't even know anything. They don't even know. And then you read comments like, I'm not even sure where this guy come from. I didn't even know who he was until just 2 days ago. What they don't realize is they helped this growth these last so many months. Do they realize that? Do they realize that even some of the people talking crap are still buying from us? So they think, and I see the comments, they're going down. We're going to take them down. How? Over YouTube? Over one brand? We ain't lost no brands. We gave up a few brands. You're either going to support us or not. And that's also to make room for others. JP made a comment about Wolfram, which is crazy because Wolfram is Demo Brothers. And when I asked about Wolfram, he says, well, I'm not going to say much, but if you have to discount the product 60% and it's still not selling, what does that tell you? And I'm thinking, here he is dissing him directly on Demo Brothers, who the guy is with Wolfram, and then they got him on there like they're all buddies. Well, I can tell you right now, the brands we're getting rid of, we have them discounted left and right, which are saying, oh, we're the ones that are killing MAP. No, we're MAP on every brand we have except for the ones we're getting rid of. And yeah, they took a big loss because we were cranking it up at the very end, and we have it so discounted it's still not fully selling. So I could give the same comment I read. But, man, I want to give respect to where respect is given. You know, I just read one guy on there, well, everybody says my name, well, no, from Limitless. They were all in our tent on Made of Steel. They had other manufacturers reach out to me to try to talk to them about bringing their stuff in, but I'm so loyal to Excess Power because we did last month 1.2 million in not sales, purchases. 1.2 million in purchases. This month, forget about it. This year, forget about it. we are and take the majority of the Yinglong cells. We have the Big Jeff batteries that are going to be produced or are being produced. And I wasn't real quick to go jump to another battery brand. But I still took time to talk with them, and I also gave them some input on what I didn't like with SoundCube and other stuff with the process and the accounting, and they agreed. But then all of a sudden now I'm the worst, and they pulled it from me. They would never put it in here, but they literally had people calling me to give them time to talk about it. And we were bringing the other stuff. I was happy with it. This is all over some logos on a podcast. I said, hey, are you going to support us or not? And if you don't, just like I told the other big brands, I would have to stop working with you. Because why would I want to be affiliated with somebody that affiliates with somebody that is against and talks shit about us? It doesn't even make sense. It's a company. It should be ran like a company. So that's what it is, man. It blows my mind more and more that people don't know the full stories or what people have said about other people, and now they're like best friends, and they're not best friends because they fixed the problem. They're just best friends because they want to group up together. Or one of them who's like the ringleader, who I have this huge long girly message about, oh, I applied with your company years ago and y'all didn't want to really give me the time, and bro, I don't even remember you from back then. And obviously there must have been something that didn't go together, and whatever, you're doing what you're doing now. So don't make it sound anything other than that. You reached out to me for a job. You didn't get one. Now you're somewhere else. Do your job there. Talking bad about my company or trying to alienate people. Yeah, you got a good Trump following, but you got a lot of people that you lost over this. You just don't realize it. And at the same time, you got us to a whole nother level that even when my wholesale sales call out, people more and more not saying Big Jeff Audio who, they're like, oh yeah, Big Jeff Audio, I see you guys everywhere. Thank you for doing that.
What are you going to continue doing, and what are you going to change moving forward?
Well, we're not going to change. I mean, it's the first time of me calling out names. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to sit back. And although some got cease and desist letters from here that were just stamped signature-wise, we don't have to use an attorney for a cease and desist. That is a letter saying, hey, stop what you're doing, and we move on. If they don't want to do that, then that's where, yes, I have attorneys. You don't have multi-million-dollar companies without them. We'll go to the next level, because why? I have to protect the company and the people. So that's one thing that's going to change. So
it is true that you did send out cease and desist letters?
100%. But we did it just a normal way, priority mail, simple, telling them, hey, because everybody thinks, let me explain something about trademark, and they should have talked to their attorneys before they started to talk crap. You don't have to use the exact logo. You can alter it. And if it still is a representation of it, it's still infringement. And then the next level here, which I'm not going to sue little people, but anybody out there that has a company that constantly talks shit, guess what? You will and are going to get something from the attorney, because you might want to look up what defamation of character is. And the first part of it is, if you're going to talk crap, at least do it about real truth, not twisted or little bits and pieces. So that's going to change, because I don't want to talk about this again after this video. When this video is done, it's it on my end. This is the first time I'm even calling out names, and it's not calling them out in a way. It's just saying, hey, you wanted to know how it was done, now it's done, and now I'm going to talk about the rest. Just like the guy Basedad, who bought speakers from us, blew them up after he made a video oh, these things are great, I loved them. People noticed in the video they were wired out of phase. He had the doors open with a vented prefab box. Well, anyway, he blew them up. He put in a return, and the return stated that something was making sound weird, blown, whatever, don't remember that, but he just wants to get credit so he can get something different to make another video. I'm not here to finance your YouTube. And I personally wrote him back and said, do it like everybody else that we have helped after they've done their own time and money. And I even paid to get the speakers back, and I was still going to work something out with them on replacing those, because we're a business of our word. But when they came back, they had all this black caulking and not normal caulking, like some 3M crap, and that's actual physical destruction. No manufacturer will take it back. So I explained that to him, and we even paid to send it back to him. And then after that, he went on the whole hater Big Jeff thing, and is so trying to build this YouTube and now even a website and everything else. And it's almost like every other one waiting for him to say something. And in the back of his head, he wants to say, I don't understand how this guy's doing it. I'm trying to do it. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of hard work. And you can't put up a video once a week. You can't just get on live and just bullshit and talk about drama or talk about whatever. You got to make content. And some of our content's bad, some of it's good, and you got to keep doing it. That's what you got to do. So what happens after this, you asked? We're going to keep going on. We'll have product here in 2 weeks from Kenwood. We'll have our batteries here by Black Friday, right? 1,000 batteries. We are also in with Rodenzo, which is a radar detector, and we have 2 exclusive units being made just for us, and another one that we're the only seller on eBay and Amazon. That's what's going to happen next. There's so many deals that we're involved in and do. We help Massive Audio clear out Amazon and make everything go in with a transparency QR code, us. We helped launch the Martz brand from Brazil and doing a heck of a job, and we have exclusivity with that. Man, you don't know, even Death Bounce, we're, besides GP, we do eBay and Amazon, that's it. Huge brand. Huge brand. And I heard somebody talking crap about it, and it was even that Jeff guy, about how the brand doesn't talk with the people, and you got to talk. Man, this is business, and his business has grown huge. You have no clue. You couldn't even be on any level with that brand here in the US. So yeah, we can't, and I can't sit there and talk to thousands of people every day. We have people, we have employees do that. And in his case, he's running a business. He's an owner of a company, and guess what? You want to buy from his website, you do. Otherwise, you have to be an authorized dealer and or distributor. And if you want to buy that in Florida, guess who you got to come? Because we're the distributor for Florida. So what changes? Well, go on like we've been doing. We ignore all this crap like we've been trying. And we do business. We do car shows. We do events and promotions and give stuff away. That's what we're going to continue to do as a business.
Do you think this strategy could be replicated?
I mean, I'm sure anything can, but it can't be exact. I tell people all the time, if I was to restart this over right now with money and capital, I still couldn't redo what I did. I came in this game at the perfect time. You know, obviously with the good decisions, bad shit against the wall. But no, I think anybody that came in, if you're coming in now, it's too late. You know, with the online market. One, you can't get just brand after brand and sell them, okay? Unless you're brick and mortar. And even that, you have to be so far away from somebody else. The time it takes, you know, I still have respect for these sites, dude. Down for Sound site's been up for years, man. The amount of people that go there. You know, Crutchfield, these sites have been embedded in this whole metrics thing, analytic thing for years. So no, starting right now, you would just have to have a crap ton of money that you could just drop on brands, and most of these brands don't even do it because of money. And then the marketing, man, I think it'd be hard for anybody, but I am a believer that if you put that energy into it, you can do anything, honestly. But can we duplicate what I did? No, I wouldn't even want to duplicate it, man, because I would love to have done things so different. I'd be way further than I am now. I'm still trying to build the right team up inside my organization. I still feel like I'm not an owner. I'm a general manager. I have my hands on too much. And would I want to duplicate it? No, I'd want to be better.
What do you think isn't working for you?
I don't know, it's not that one thing, it's a bunch of things. You know, we can do better on Amazon, we can do better on eBay, our store, obviously, our videos, our social media. You know, we don't have a big presence on the other platforms, but even so, it's, you know, let me tell you something. The way it is here, and I tell all my guys and girls here, we got to constantly change and adapt to be better, right? And we got to learn from our mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, you'll never get better. And then I think the biggest thing is when you are hot, you got to put the pedal to the metal and you ride it out till it passes out. I don't think there's just one thing. I mean, we have a good structure, a good company. Everybody gets paid. The vendors take care of. We do what we do. I think we're becoming more like an actual company, but not where we forget about our customers or employees. But it's not just one thing, man. We're a constant change every day, 100%. I want to build this bigger and better, and at some point, my employees are going to get a piece of this pie. They're all going to get a percentage that stuck it out. And then that means either at someday we sell it or we walk away from it. And yeah, everybody brings up, why don't you make Big Jeff product, blah, blah, blah. Right now, I'm happy selling people stuff. Yeah, we're making batteries and some other stuff, but there's just niche items that I want to be different. But I'm happy selling other people's product, man.
Like you mentioned, you couldn't replicate it again if you restarted. What would you do differently if you were to restart?
Restart now? I don't know, man. Man, it's a lot of work. I don't know if I'd want to do it over again. I'll be honest with you. People talk in the background, but they don't really realize what it takes. I am here every day. I mean, man, it's a hard question because I wouldn't want to do it. I don't know about getting to this spot again, starting over. People don't realize that there was sometimes days that I went with no sleep, or having people steal from you, or some of these comments they talk about, man, it does affect you. I wouldn't want to go through all this again. I want to get the company and keep it stable for the people and myself and collect a nice paycheck. I have a nice house. I have nice vehicles. I have a bunch of toys that I have no time to use. And I wouldn't want to do that all over again. I just keep going what we're doing now.
What advice would you give to inspiring YouTubers, especially from the car audio community specifically?
For YouTubers, I don't want to give advice, man. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a guy who just makes videos. But I can tell people, don't always listen and pay attention to what you hear. You got to come up with your own stuff. It's like watching MSNBC and Fox. They both twist things complete opposite. You got to watch it together and bring up your own thing. What I can tell you is one thing that does work, you got to put content up. You can't just do the stuff weekly or every couple weeks. You got to put content up. You just got to make videos. And you know what? If they're bad, they're bad. I was watching Mr. Beast and he said, don't even expect to make anything off the first so many. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it, and you get better at it. Even our videos, if you look at the beginning of the year to now, the thumbnails are better, the editing's better. We've made improvements. We've gone with different technology. For you people starting out, can you make a business out of it? Yeah, 100%. You can do anything you put your mind to it. I think you need to go into it first and enjoy it, and then you grow it from there. Because I wouldn't even call our success overnight, and it took a lot of time and money anyway. But to be a YouTuber, and that's probably why so many people took it so serious. I understand that. They put years into it. I can respect that. But as much crap as they took over the years from people, they should have went about it differently with me, instead of being a hypocrite. For you new people out there, you got to have thick skin. You got to take the good and the bad, and every time you make an excuse, remember it's called an excuse. Move on. And you can find a niche, or you can just do about whatever. But just be you and don't worry about everybody else.
With your content, you post multiple times a day. Do you think it's necessary to stick to a set schedule for your content? Or do you think all content should be treated differently?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you really get into the analytics, you got to look at the people that are into that stuff, being that we do different things, right? So if car audio guys like to start at Sunday at 8 a.m. and we see more people with the interviews or other stuff like it late at night, yeah, you got to change it up. An exact schedule, I also think is good too. Even when we moved the podcast from Thursday to Friday, everybody wasn't ready, so we missed some people. And the reason why we know it's good, people messaged in saying, I totally forgot, blah, blah, blah. And then like last night, we had a great audience. So I think, yeah, there's got to be some kind of structure. But sometimes you got to throw that curveball, man. You got to keep everybody on their toes, you know what I mean?
Well, you referenced Mr. Beast earlier. Is there any other bigger YouTube channels or just channels in general that you watch that inspire you?
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch Big D. Now I won't because, in the beginning, I liked that he was non-biased. I didn't think it was about money. It was all different. And then after you start seeing the same thing over and over, and we even reached out for a manufacturer about getting him to do an amp. It was pretty pricey, but that's his business. I got to respect that. obviously SMD. He makes really long, cool videos. I can't imagine the amount of time he puts into editing if he does it himself. A lot of times where I just wanted to relax, I watched him build, a box, a system, or even cutting product. A lot of respect for him. Parker the Basshead, he just has that infectious attitude and smile, man, and that's what grabbed me. I even used to like Kicker with Andy, and it blew my mind that Kicker jumped on this bandwagon. I liked them. We gave him tons of stuff to give away. We invited him on our podcast. So many things to try to network, and it is what it is. But there's a guy like that. Yeah, I understand why he does nonstop podcasts, and he still doesn't get to that level. But I guess if it's a business for you, yeah, you gotta take it personal. I understand it. But this isn't a business to me. But there's a lot of channels I love. The Vin Diesel guy, man. That guy is awesome. I love to watch his stuff, man. It's just funny. Sometimes I watch it all. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like it. I don't even comment on it. People ask for comment because there's so many comments. I don't comment on it. There's a lot. I'm really into watching like them catching the police doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And there's one on there. Man, he goes into the law and puts a lot of time, like breaks it down. That's impressive, man. So there's a lot, man. There's nothing special that I go right back to every time. There's a lot, and it's probably because I don't get much downtime to do it.
Do you believe having a large number of subscribers means you are successful, or is there other factors?
No, it's other factors. I told you, it has nothing to do with it, man. And obviously, of those million plus, how many are spending money with us? How many are coming back? You know what I'm saying? No, it's an accomplishment because not many people have done that. It's a YouTube button. Again, it's not a business for me, so I'm excited about it, but I don't prefer like when we do sales here at the office. It's two different things to me. But I think it does help out with getting the name out there. It has. I'm sure it has because I've seen it and heard it.
Knowing how much controversy all your growth has caused in the car audio world and just in general, would you react differently now with all the haters?
Let me stop you. When you say in the car audio world, you're talking about less than 200 people or so. And for some reason, they think like they are the car audio world. The car audio world is hundreds of thousands of people. There's all types of companies out there selling car audio. Shit, I've heard about some basic numbers from Crutchfield that would just make you shrivel up how much stuff they sell. If those people over there, for even a couple hundred, think they're gonna shut down this world or network or whatever, you're crazy and you need to reevaluate yourself. Okay? There's people that didn't even hear of you or even heard of me or even heard of the situation. Okay? That's why I don't let my head get too big. I know I'm just a little bigger of a fish in a big pond, man. And you know what? This thing is worldwide. These manufacturers are worldwide. Millions of people. Okay? So, you got to put yourself in place and not think you're better than everybody or bigger than everybody. I just think that there's more people that know me now.
Is that how you move past all the hate from all the growth that you've seen?
100%. They helped out, man. I've been told that. The manufacturers told me, other companies I'm good friends with told me that you can't even buy this attention. That's how great it was. Think how many people didn't even know who we were, had to go click and watch us or look at us. They did us a favor. That was why that first video, and it wasn't even last shot on anybody particular, it showed all the posts and comments from everybody. Y'all put it up there. But it was saying thank you. Y'all helped us out. You were my best marketing.
What's in store for your future with YouTube?
We just keep doing what we're doing. I mean, 10 million people? No. I mean, maybe one day, but no, we just keep doing what we're doing. Man, we enjoy the daily videos, the weekly videos, the weekly reviews, the other stuff. We just make videos, man. Maybe one week it's another person knows who we are, or maybe buy something from us. We keep doing the giveaways, give back to people. I love hearing the stories. I love when the person who wins really deserves it. Nothing's going to change. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. The only difference is, like right now, I'm just not spending as much money into the advertising of it. There's no need for it. There might be a video here or there during sales. Yeah, it makes sense to advertise that. Or, for instance, we have that Pro-M Redenzo radar detector that's made for Europe, really, the technology. Why would I not advertise videos about it in Europe? I mean, it's common sense.
Last thing I really have for you, Jeff. What do you have to say for your community and just the loyal community that you have?
Well, if you're saying the loyal community, I'm saying, hey, thank you for sticking along and being a part of this. And I hope if you had any doubt, you shouldn't have, but maybe this clears up. And what does it matter? Let's just say I did buy bots. What does it do? What does it hurt? How does that hurt anybody? It's like, I don't know. It's like people come to a concert and people marketing tickets, whatever, and then they never come back to the concert again. They brought them for that one and they didn't come back more. I don't know even how to give you an analogy. Who did it hurt? Even if it was, which it wasn't. Why did it hurt somebody? I wasn't never on there trying to compete with anybody, man. We just sell our company. We sell the brands. It's marketing. If me throwing a speaker off of the top story brings people or brings attention, that's what we do. If me popping and employees and people brings attention, that's what we do, man. You know what? I got nothing to say except thank you. Thank you to everybody. People with us or against us. And everybody has the option to buy what they want or not. But why be so childish and make up names and fake pages? You know, the YouTube page went up. We got to shut down. We're going to get the Facebook one shut down too. Start to understand the word trademark. And when you get it shut down, you actually get the information from about who's involved. You can only take guesses at that point, or you catch people that actually made the memes and got caught because they left their name in the analytics, the meta tags. We're a business, and unfortunately there's a legal part to businesses, and some people are gonna have to pay the piper. It's not what I want to do, but at the same time I can't sit back and let it injure or hurt what I've put my whole life into and the other lives that work here. Listen, I appreciate these questions. A lot of them were from online, some are from people we know. This is actually the first time even calling out people, and I'm not even calling them out, I'm just setting some things straight. There's way more to that. You know, there's stuff with the whole trying to get JP on our podcast, and I'll tell you what happened. We called in the day of and said, sorry, we don't think it's a good idea. I emailed him. Why? Because 2 weeks prior, he wasn't doing any kind of promotion about being on there, and it should be both ways, but he's so afraid to lose any customer, he didn't realize what he could have gained even from my platform. We were also in talks with him about bringing his amps in, and that's where Jacob Scott sent me this long, lengthy, what are your intentions, and all this crazy stuff. Blew my mind. But anyway, when we got closer to it and I got a dog waving hi or I'll be there, I'm like, this guy's not taking this serious. And nor has he sent over a new pricing structure, because they were just starting to talk about distribution, and we could have moved thousands of those amps. I got no problem with the amps. I have so many people that buy from us buy those amps. Of course I want to sell them. So we called that last minute after we weren't getting responses for emails. There was no cross promoting. Finally said to him, just don't think it's a good idea. And we kept it quiet. Just like we did, you know, with the those brands. I didn't want to know this. And that demo, they all just grouped up and decided to go. It just happened to be that the YouTube caught on fire at the time, along with this grouping up. But the reality is, do you really think it making your business better? That's on you. I know it's made mine better, for sure. So I appreciate this. I don't even want to call it coming clean. I think people are hoping me to say, yeah, you bought bots. And let's say I did. What is it? I don't understand what that means, man. What does it matter? And if we did, how did they explain why they kept growing? They didn't shut us down. We got reviewed for the buttons, and the subscribers aren't falling off. So everything they said didn't make sense. And now it's facts, and everybody can go YouTube right now. YouTube promotions. It's advertising. So I don't know what this did. I wanted to come clean, let everybody know, get it past us. We did what I wanted to do. We went from 20,000. Well, actually, went to 20,000 within a few months, and that was 100% organic, as they call it. But organic is people coming, so that was organic. And then we went from 20,000 on that last giveaway. We went from there to 1 million in less than 90 days, less than that. So hopefully they're showing some analytics through this, which it doesn't matter, man. We're still going to do what we're going to do. Big Jeff Audio. If we get bigger, you get bigger. If you get bigger, we get bigger. We're still going to do podcasts. We're still going to network. We're still going to sell product. We're going to be going to different shows. We're going to give tons of stuff away. And I could say we are one of the fastest growing online sellers. We're even one of the fastest growing distributors right now because we're out there getting it. You want to call our platform big or not? That's on you. We're going to be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And we're going to keep growing the Big Jeff Audio brand and name. And if you want to stand in that way, do it sensibly. Don't make stuff up. And if you're a business doing it, yeah, be ready to see some real letters. It's going to happen. I gotta fight for what I love. And those are the people that work for me and the customers that support me. The ones that keep me going every day. So I'm Big Jeff, signing off. And now you've heard how we did it.